Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video. I had to look at my monitor to make sure everything's recording. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about a game that's coming out soon, sometime, that I haven't really talked about much, that I actually haven't talked about at all, that I really thought I should talk about, and that is Roller Coaster Tycoon World. If you know me, I'm a huge Roller Coaster Tycoon fan. I love theme park simulators. I love Tycoon games. I'm a huge Tycoon game fan. And amusement parks, theme parks, I love theme parks. I love amusement parks. I just love it all. And I'm a big, passionate fan. I even work at a theme park, for crying out loud. I mean, I love them. I love it that much. I'm just a big fanboy over theme park simulators and like having to manage my own theme park and stuff. Hence me, playing a lot of Theme Park Studio lately and stuff on my channel. So, but before Theme Park Studio, I would always be playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 or 1 or 2. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. So, if you guys didn't know, Roller Coaster Tycoon World is basically the fourth game. Unless you count the mobile version, which we're not even going to count that. That's not technically a Roller Coaster Tycoon game. That was just a joke, honestly. Oh, man. Mobile games, I don't even like mobile games. That's why it was so bad, because it was a mobile game, But there is still hope out there for us. They released a trailer recently on Roller Coaster Tycoon World, a gameplay trailer. And I gotta be honest, I don't think they should have released it at all. They lost a lot of fans, I think, or a lot of support because of this trailer. And they should have explained all this before they even released this trailer. And I may or may not play it on this video or not, but pretty much the graphics were just really bad. The game just looked terrible in the trailer, and a lot of people were concerned, including myself. When I first watched it, I was like almost crushed, because I'm like, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 looks better than this. It literally does. The roller coasters look better in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 than in this trailer. That's just what I'm thinking here. I mean, I'm like, why, Atari, would you release this trailer? And then I got a big sigh of relief when I saw their blog that was posted, I think it was last week, March 19th. So quite a few days ago. I'm just gonna skim through this blog that explains everything, what's going on of this catastrophe that they've posted. And if you didn't know, they switched developers like on last second, so like the visuals are off and stuff. So I'm just going to skim through it. Dear Roller Coaster Tycoon World fans, we have heard you and we concur. The trailer did not show the final game, and the game should expect from... It should not be what is expected, You shouldn't expect that to be the game, apparently, is what they're saying. In this blog, we'd like to clarify the intention for showing the trailer, and so they're going to explain why they showed the trailer. And our most passionate fans, that making RCT World great is our top priority. We also would like to talk more about the progress being made in the game and what we're doing next. So they list a lot of the new features coming in, and I have to say the features sound really good. They sound really good, and this blog really got my hopes back up for everything. So I'm just kind of reading it. It's on Steam. If you guys want to check out the blog yourself, go ahead to their the Steam page, store page. And the first thing's titled Trailer. Let's start off with a bit of an explanation. So they got to explain why this trailer was so bad. That's pretty bad to me. I don't know why. This is the most suspicious part to me. Like, why did they even release this trailer? The game is currently in what we are calling pre-alpha stage. Features and graphics are still being coded. Since the switchover of our development team this past fall, we have focused on core functionality and under-the-hood engine work. This is why there has not been significant visual progress on the title. So they're going to blame the developer switch on the visuals, which can be a little bit understanding that they almost had to probably start over with the graphics, I guess. I don't know. Engine work is critical to overall stability of the game, and it requires significant labor and time to get right. We knew in the fall we still had a lot of work to do to achieve the core engine we wanted, one that could support a game like RCT World. Now, however, we are able to finally continue working on the higher level functionality and visuals. So they really go on about saying that that the graphics should look really good in this game. They're really talking about that in this. That in the final game, the graphics are going to look fantastic, and they better. I just knocked my mic over. They better, because after that trailer, they lost a lot of hope right there with that last trailer. Upgraded engine, better graphics. So they're using Unity, and I didn't know that they were using Unity until I saw this. But the Unity 5 just came out. Unity 5 engine just came out, and upgrading, so visuals can be better. Pretty much is what they go on. And this is the one that struck me the most. This title right here. It says more realism, and that's what I really want in my Roller Coaster Tycoon games, is more realism. That is what I've always wanted, is a lot of realism, and I always wanted custom scenery to go over that. So, in response to requests and comments from our fans, we can confirm that our teams will be adjusting the art in the game to make it not look only higher definition, taking advantage of our engine upgrade, but more believable, realistic overall. While still keeping the charm of RCT, we want the rides to feel like they can be found in real life. So the only thing that, while still keeping the charm of RCT, which means unrealistic in a way, kind of, there's some unrealistic rides that, they also have realistic rides, so it's not a big deal. I liked having also rides that, that could maybe never exist, but it's nice to have sometimes. But I really want that realism. We want the rides to feel like they can be found in real life. Even though some of the rides may never actually exist, we want them to look like they could, and are constructed with real materials. Along with this, we are also taking a pass on our Americana theme to make sure those rides are closer to those you may find today when visiting your favorite amusement park. So they still have a lot of realistic stuff that's actually real too, which is really nice. So that's all that. And then timing was the next one. We will not release a game until we know it is truly ready. They've pushed it back. If the game needs to be put back into the oven, then we will do it. We have waited for more than 10 years for the next great edition of RCT. Trust me, I have too. I've been waiting forever for the next Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I never thought it was going to happen. I literally didn't think. I lost all hope after I hit that 10-year mark. I thought, no, Roller Coaster Tycoon is done. I always looked up hope. I would always look online, do some research to see if anything was in development. I never found anything that was real, so. And then I finally found the real thing, the real deal. I was like, wow, this is real, and so we plan to take the franchise to new heights with RCT World. We will take the time required to achieve that goal. So they're really good. They're talking about that they're not going to force it or rush it, and I really hope that's the case. I don't want them to rush this game. I want it to be the best it can. And the last point they say is, what's next? As always, what matters to us is your feedback, and we want to continue to hear from you during the course of development. We have high expectations and standards for delivering Roller Coaster Tycoon World as well as a desire to keep this open dialogue with our community going, and it keeps going on. As we said previously, there will be alphas, betas, hands-on previews, and we look forward to seeing your feedback to make sure we are headed in the right direction. This game is too important, too many people for us not to do it right, and that's a big statement, because that is the most true thing right there is that statement. This game is too important to too many people for us not to do it right. You've got that right. I hope they got that through their head. I'm glad they said that, because it is too important that they don't mess this up. It's too important. I'm glad they still have time. You still have time to make this the best possible Roller Coaster Tycoon ever. They still have the time to do it, and there's so many features. And I'm gonna just go back here. I'm gonna go to the description of Roller Coaster Tycoon World, and just take a look at the features here. So I'm gonna go down to about this game and read more of the features. The features are really cool. I love the features that are on here that it says. I'm going to go through them here. Innovative track builder. Create the coolest and wildest coasters imaginable with our best track editor ever. It's going to use a node system rather than, pre-built stuff. So that's definitely something they needed to do. So you're going to be able to craft your coaster going anywhere, doing everything you want it to. So that's a good thing. That's something they needed to do. So that's a really good upgrade. So that will work. First time 3D builder. For the first time, tracks can be fully manipulated in 3D. Now, what does that really mean? Does that mean you're building it in 3D? I would hope so. I hope the track's in 3D. I don't exactly understand what that means, but it sounds good. It sounds good. Full selection of pre-built park assets. Design your very own park with plethora of choices of various rides, attractions, shops, decorations, and more. Personalize your park and just blah, blah, blah. Additionally, custom scenery will be available as free update post-launch. So they're saying custom scenery will be in the game, but it says it will be an update later after the game's out. So they're not going to implement custom scenery right off the bat, unfortunately. But it will be there in the future, which is a good thing. They need to have custom scenery there. That's what had RCT3 last so long, was because of custom scenery. And they know they have to have that feature in there. So I'm glad to hear that they're going to have it. Maybe not at launch, but as long as they get it in there eventually, that will be good. Ride your coasters, climb aboard. Nothing new there. Of course, you can ride your rides. Hopefully you can ride all the rides, not just your coasters, because it just says ride your coasters. So hopefully you can ride all the rides too, like in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, which you should be able to. I don't see why they wouldn't do that or include that. So online and single-player modes. Play offline online with friends by creating and saving new parks in the cloud, and join a theme park company, which is kind of cool. You can also play on your own in single-player. So they're just trying to add some online features. Run a theme park company, team up with friends, create theme park company, play with friends, see the progress. So pretty much you can create a theme park company with your friends and stuff, and you can have a chain of parks. It's really cool, something like that, which could be cool. I don't really have any other friends that actually play this, so maybe I can find someone to play with. That'd be really cool. Visit other parks. So there's actually going to be like a list. You can I'm sure there's going to be like a park of the month maybe. That would be really cool. That you can share your parks online and stuff, so people can go check them out online and get a up close personal view of the park. That'd be really cool. That's really cool. Visit other parks created by friends. Ride and rate their coasters and overall park. That's really cool. Deformable terrain. Bringing back a classic feature, the terrain will be completely deformable, allowing players to build amazing rides and change the landscape as they do so in full 3D. So maybe it will be a lot easier with the terrain to work with your rides a little bit more. I think that would be really cool if they end up doing that. Steam trading cards, collect trade Steam cards. Full park management. So there's going to be a management, obviously, in the Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 or Roller Coaster Tycoon World. So that's really cool, and I'm looking at the screenshots. They look pretty promising, there's a couple stuff in there that kind of looks, but of course with custom scenery and everything, I bet it will look fantastic. One of the big things is they're definitely going to have the grid system back, judging by what it looks like, but I hope they have a way where you don't have to go by the grid if you don't want to. You know, the grid's there, but you don't have to go by it necessarily. So that would be nice. So custom scenery obviously was the big thing, and I'm really glad they're going to have that available in the game. That is huge that they're going to have custom scenery available in the game. Also graphics, I want to believe that the graphics are going to be great in this game. Like they said, with the Unity 5 engine update, they said they're going to visually work on everything. It's going to be fantastic. I really hope so. I really hope visually it turns out amazing. So that will be great. Let's see. Realism, they covered that they really want to make it realistic. So that's the really big thing I wanted, was realism in my theme parks. So, and I hope they understand that. You can also have everything, anything you want. Even if it's unrealistic, it can still look good. They want to make it look realistic, even though it might not exist. But you also have the options of the realistic stuff that actually is real too. So that's good as well. Also, the biggest thing, my biggest concern always was on the roller coasters was the supports. This was my biggest pet peeve of Roller Coaster Tycoon. The supports were just ugly on the roller coasters. They were way unrealistic. They did not look anything like realistic supports on rides, and they look like they're coming back with just the straight poles supporting the roller coasters again, and I don't like that. That doesn't look realistic to me. I really hope they don't go with that. Or that's what I mainly used custom scenery for in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, was just custom supports, you know, that made it look more realistic. I wish that option was there. I mean, you look at games like Theme Park Studio, where they already have the realistic looking supports that you can just add on to it where you want. Custom supporting would be at least nice, you know, be able to custom support the ride. It would be really cool as well. And then park guests, I hope they still look pretty cartoony to me. I don't really care for cartoony. I wish they would look a little bit more realistic. I think they look more realistic than they did in RCT3 by far. I think they're kind of mixing it in with realism and also a little bit cartoon in there, so you can have a little bit of fun with it. But overall, it's really good. And the features, you know, something I would really like to see is just the staff. You know, a little bit on the staff, you know, have ride operators operating the rides, you know, giving thumbs up, checking restraints to make sure they're locked. I would love to see stuff like that implemented in the game maybe later, even if it's through an update. I mean, actually have ride operators. Don't just have the rides running without operators. How does that work? I mean, you got to have people running them, you know, just little things like that. I mean, that's a little thing, but I think that would be huge to realism, you know. And just stuff like that. But that's my main points that I wanted to make. And I know this game has gotten so much hate, even though it's not released yet, just based off its trailers that were just really bad, that shouldn't have been released in my opinion. But they said they just wanted to release footage to us, so I don't know why they didn't release. Maybe they don't have the visuals yet, you know. In that case, I wouldn't have even bothered making a trailer for it yet. Wait until, you know, it looks good. You know, when I'm doing a trailer, I want to make sure the game looks good before I do that trailer. You know, you want to make sure it looks good. And, you know, I gotta be honest. I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I want this game to be great. I really do. And Atari needs to do it right. They have to do it right. Like they stated, there's too many people on this there's too many fans out there that's been waiting for this game for over 10 years. I'm losing my voice. There's too many people out there that's been waiting for this game for 10 years. It needs to be great. It needs to be the best ever possible, and I really hope it is. But no matter what, I am going to give it a shot. I am going to buy it no matter what. It's on my wish list on Steam, and I'm very excited for it. So I can't wait to see what they put out. and I'm glad they had that update. And I hope some of you that, were a little confused and thought the trailer was actually real footage of the game, which it's not. It's not the final footage at all. It's going to be way better, apparently, according to Atari, and I really hope that's correct, because this game needs to look fantastic. It needs to be the best it can be, and this game is my life. It's just, I've been waiting so long for it, and I just love these games to death. I just love them, and I can't express that enough. I just love Roller Coaster Tycoon, and this game has to be good. It just does. And I'm rambling on about that. I just, we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see how it turns out, and I really hope it turns out really well. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about, their blog. Do you think they're actually going to make major improvements like they state they are? Or do you think they're just trying to save their butts, or something that, I personally think there's gonna be major improvements to the game. I don't think I think they're definitely going to work hard on the game. They're not going to throw this one down the toilet. They just can't. They know they have to make this game good, and they just need to listen to us. They need to listen to us, the fans, and I think they will, and I hope they will. And we'll just have to wait and see. It's just too early to judge this game right now of what it is. But again, I want to thank you guys for watching. Of course, when this game comes out, I'll definitely be playing it on my channel, so be tuned for that whenever that will be. I lost my voice because I've been talking for over 21 minutes, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next video. Goodbye.